Good evening, everybody, and welcome along once again to One Hub Racing and to season number 13. We're here for round 7 at the Austrian Grand Prix. It is, of course, the Prestige Tier, and it's Title Decider Day. It's a day we all love. Blizzard, if he outscores Rafa by 7 points today, he will become the season 13 Prestige Tier champion. On the the penultimate round of the Prestige Tier season. Of course, we're heading into the last round on this game next week, but we've got a title battle to figure out and see if it's going to go to the next round. So we're here in Austria, of course, and joining me on the commentary box this week is, of course, Jess. Jess, you're very welcome. We always like a title decider, don't we?
Yes, we do. And Rafa and Blizzard was so amazing to watch all this season. With Blizzard did not take the title last season with Julian. Of course, Julian is not here this season, so He was expected to have a clean slate, but he's had Rafa really challenging this season, and Rafa has done absolutely well in his first season here in One Hub Racing. A few seasons in One Hub Racing, and that he's challenged for the title, which is great to see the improvements. So, good luck to both of these guys for this race, and it should be a close qualifying session.
Yeah. So, of course, we've only 2 rounds left of the season. Gap at the top is 18 points, so that leaves us with whoever is in the lead championship needs to be. Oh my God, Lewis is dead already.
Oh God,
how the hell has that happened? That's the weirdest crash I've seen on F1 2018, and that's saying something.
Me too.
So
that didn't help Betty at all with his lap. So.
He just got rear-ended by Lewis. Okay, so Lewis is dead and he's going to be starting at the back of the grid. So
he was on the Ultras as well.
I've never seen that in my life. Anyway, so Blizzard there is. We have to say, of course, congratulations to Red Bull. They have won the Constructors. So Red Bull are Constructors champions for season 13, but we still have the driver's title to figure out. It's between, of course, Rafa and Blizzard. 18 points between those guys, and what a better place to do it than Austria with such a short lap. And we're going to see some incredibly close times and hopefully some incredibly close racing, because half of the track is DRS, so hopefully we should see some overtaking.
Yeah, if you watched the last race, we saw some incredible battles with the top 3, and also JTEX as well was joining in the fight as well. So if last race is anything to go by, I'm sure this is going to be absolutely amazing as well. With Blizzard doing usually tradition, Blizzard does very well at this track, so should be exciting. As usually Mercedes do quite well on this track, but Red Bull won the last time in real life in 2018, so hopefully maybe Red Bull can replicate that tonight with Blizzard. We'll have to wait and see.
Let's wait and find out. So currently it's Amir on top at a 103.60, the key to third, of course, off the back of his fantastic result in Belgium. Josh is dead already. I don't know what's going on. The back row was decided. That's in the last 2 corners, I think. That's when I was on board with him. But so our last row is going to be Lewis and Josh. So we have some certainty at last. Anyway, Rafa, he's coming through the last couple of sectors here. He's going through this long left-hander, which is tricky enough to get right, and careful not to run out too wide because it will penalise you. And then coming up towards the last 2 corners, you've got to be so committed right here. You've pretty much got to turn them into one corner. You'll watch Rafa, he'll be very committed here, sending it through on the power as early as possible into the last corner. Now where's this going to put him? Going to be right up there. It's going to be pole, 103.479, so he's currently on provisional pole position. That's exactly what he needs to do. But of course his title rival is about to respond and about to go on to a lap around Spielberg. Let's see how he gets on. Let's run up towards turn 1 then. Down to 4th gear. Of course, Jess, this track is notorious for track limits, isn't it?
Yeah, I've seen quite a few people, I think, getting penalties, in particular in the Pinnacle Tier, as we were watching before this stream was opening, and the race was kind of interesting. It was started off dry and then it went to inters, but we don't know what the weather's going to be like here. But obviously with the 2 stops, it makes it even more interesting, as there's lots of DRS straights and a chance for pretty much anything to to go wrong, if there's something to go wrong, it's probably going to be one of the driver's favourite tracks, which is here, and one of the shortest tracks as well. So, who's died? That's Rafa, who's parked it on the side of the circuit. That probably didn't help Blizzard at all, but hopefully that didn't compromise him in any way. As Blizzard comes towards the last few corners, he's going towards turn 9 and 10. Goes across the line. Can he beat Rafa's time? 103.2. Wow, that is a good lap from Blizzard.
I watched him through those last two corners. He didn't even lift through those last two corners. I just heard him with it. Well, obviously he lifted a little bit, but it just sounded like he didn't. He just kept the thing revving to high heaven through those last two corners, and I think that's where he gained those 2/10 by just being so committed through those last two corners. But Blizzard 103.264. His title rival Rafa alongside him currently on a 103.47, and Amir in the Williams on a 103.6 behind. So everything kind of close here. Samster just pops into P5 as I say that on a 103.81. That's waiting for anybody else to do it. Obviously we're waiting for Jake Attacks. We know he's quick in qualifying, but looks like he's backed out of his lap. How's Leon getting on?
Yeah.
He's about to begin his lap, so we'll keep an eye on how he gets on. But yeah, it's not quite as close as I thought it would be, but then again, we're only about 8 minutes into qualifying, and usually things start getting a little bit heated come the last 5 minutes. So settle in, we could be in for a good fight yet.
Yeah, usually in these types of qualifiers in Austria, it doesn't really start properly to about 2 or 3 minutes, so they are getting their bank laps in now. But with advantage of being 2 stop, they can push the ultras a lot more than they did last season, so that is why they're going to try and go out as much as possible. It doesn't matter if they don't get a good lap in right away, because it is a long qualifying session. As Amir, his first race was last week, I believe. He did well in qualifying, but the race, there was an unfortunate incident in the race that costed him, so he could be a dark horse in this race, we'll see as well.
Yeah, no, I think that's for that yellow flag's for the slow car of either Ollie or Betty. It's Betty who's off into
it's Betty.
God knows where. Anyways, yeah, Amir, I haven't yet seen him race, so I'm interested to see how he gets on. Samster, of course, he qualified very well in Belgium, but I think wasn't he the one who died at the top of Eau Rouge?
Yes, it was.
Yeah. So anyway, Lakita, the last time I saw him, he was over the moon with the podium. Right now he's in the gravel, so not too bad. But anyway, Lakita, yeah, obviously best result in one hub was in Belgium. It was good to see him up on the podium, and so a lot of drivers improving on their best finishes. Now, what about Wayne? Is he on a lap? He appears to be, but I think can't really tell. I think he's going quite slowly. So,
yep, he is.
Yeah, he won't be on a lap yet. Let's just stick on the telemetry. Now, let's have Lee. Now, Lee, I know he's quick around here, so let's see what he can do coming through the last sector. Appears to be pushing. Coming through the last couple of corners and into the left. Before we come into the little S section here, you can just see his Haas teammate up ahead of Jaketex, who's about to unleash on a lap here. Coming down towards the last two corners, it's all about how committed you can be to these last two. Nicely done from Lee. Got to be careful not to cut the corners or run wide or anything like that. Nails it, inch perfect. Let's see how Lee gets on. He comes across the line, and he improves slightly, but doesn't improve his position. So he's 0.02 of a second off of Amir. So not too bad at all.
But it's not. The top 8 are in the 103s, so a lot more people in the 103s than we thought at this stage. But that shows how competitive this tier really is.
Now the question I'm going to be asking is, can anyone break into the 102s? And if there's anybody I'm going to pip for that, it's Blizzard. I think he did it last season. So I'm gonna pip him to do it again. I think he did a 102.8 last season.
I will have a look at that actually.
I'm not too sure, but I'm fairly certain he went into the 102s. Unless I'm.
Well, it might be in another league, but I know
possibly,
he did go get 102s at some point in Austria. But
yeah,
I will check anyway.
Yeah, So he did finish a lap there, but I believe it was invalidated. So what about Rafa then? Come to the last two corners. Can he pip Blizzard to pole position? He's run out a bit wide there. He might be invalidated. He comes across the line. Yeah, that was invalidated for Rafa there. Ran too wide out of the last two corners. I just noticed Jaketex, by the way, did his lap on a super softs and popped into 5th on a 1:03.778. So really good effort there. If he can get himself started on the super softs, he'll be in good shape at the start, or later on in the race. He'll be able to go a little bit longer and try and make a different strategy work. Anybody else now?
I'm just seeing Wayne could be. Yeah, Wayne's going. No, he's not on a fast lap. I think he's about to start one though, because he's on his. Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Olems has a quali ban. Possibly.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Because he was going to serve it last week, but he wasn't here last week, so we have to serve it in the next race he attends. Yeah.
Yeah. And for those of you who are wondering why he has a quali ban,
oh God. That
I'm
last
not even
lap
gonna
in
go into
Belgium explains it. Just saying that now. I'm not going to say anything more. If you want to know what happened, just rewatch the race.
Just watch. Don't even watch the. Obviously, watch the race, but pay particular attention to the last lap, and you'll understand. It was really funny at the time. Anyway, Samster in the Ferrari, about to finish his lap. Let's see what he can do. Coming through the last two corners. Let's see if he can up his position while he goes into the pit lane. Just to say that. Now, Samu and Wayne, the only ones who haven't set lap times yet. Now, Wayne is about to start one, and Samu, I believe, is on one. So
yeah, I think, yeah. He's just about to go on one. He's got low ERS, so he might have had invalidated lap time. Yeah, he's backed out. And one thing to watch out for Samu, actually, he was the first victim of the disqualification due to him only making one stop last week. So hopefully he remembers this time, because I think he seemed to have forgotten last week. So hopefully he doesn't fall victim to that this week, as he comes across. Yeah, that's invalidated. So he hasn't set a lap yet, and neither. I think he's the only one that is in the bottom who is meant to set a lap that hasn't set a lap yet. So he needs to get a move on. 4 minutes 20 to go.
Yep, Wayne kind of went across the line there. It wasn't really a lap time, but he is on one now. So his teammate's currently second. Let's see what he can do. If he can get himself even into the top 5, would be a good result for Renault. So here he comes into the right-hander and towards the last corner. A little bit wide, I think, on the entry to the first part there, and he's backed out. He's invalidated it for sure. He's invalidated that one. So
yeah, but he has.
Yeah, he's
slowing down to the line.
He's got to he's got to hightail it round to the pit lane now. There's not a lot of time left. So anyway,
no.
Onyx has retired.
Is he running out of fuel?
I think he may be running on low fuel. Yes, possibly. Anyway,
that's probably why he's slowing as well.
Now we come into the really interesting part of qualifying. Last 3 minutes. This is where things get spicy. Amir is onto, well, I thought he was onto a lap, but he's actually backed out of his first attempt. Jagetex has come back out on a set of ultra soft tires, sorry. So he's definitely going to be going quicker than that. Now, I was told that there's about a half a second deficit between the super softs and the ultra softs. So judging off that, Jagetex could be challenging for pole if Blizzard doesn't improve. So we'll see how that goes. Ollie, by the way, popped into P6. He's 1,000th of a second behind Jagetex. That's how close it is there. It's 103.778, 103.779. So fine margins here.
Fine close margins. I think the only one that's not close at the moment is Rain, but he'll need to get out pretty soonish to get out in, because he'll probably want to help his teammate to try and get this to the final race.
Yeah.
And all 3 of the tiers tonight have had no champion crowned yet. They're waiting till the final race as well. So we'll just have to wait and see tonight if that happens in the prestige tier, or will Blizzard take it. It is looking like Blizzard's favourite for now, but Whoa!
Well, I told you, I was spot on with the half a second. I'm proud of myself
You
there.
were right. You were right.
103.209. He goes 600th of a second quicker than Blizzard. Let's see if Blizzard can respond to that one. Now he's got to pull one out of the bag.
Yeah,
So,
he has. If his pole time he got last season was nowhere near the time he produced already, and it is starting to get a bit darker as well. So he needs to get one pretty fast, but I think he should have time to get 2 laps in. Well, yellow flag in set 3. I'm pretty much going to ignore that unless someone's going slow. No, they're not. As I'm just seeing who else could be. Everyone's pretty much going out now, apart from Wayne, who's currently in the pits now. I doubt he's going to make it in time.
well,
But he could be playing the long game.
here comes your dark horse then, coming up to the line. Amir goes third fastest, who pips the K2, who was just momentarily in P3. He managed to get in front of Rafa again by 1/1000th of a second. 103.478, 103.479. I don't know what it is about these guys today. They just seem to want to get really close to one another.
Yep, that
Blizzard.
is prestige tier for you in a nutshell.
He comes across the line and he goes a 103.19. He goes 100th of a second quicker than Jaketex, but it's way closer.
And he's going
than
out
I
again
thought.
as well. Oh no, he's not.
Nope, that's gonna be his last attempt. That's the last chance
And
he has.
Jaketex is
Lee,
in the pits.
Lee's in P3. Rafa's gone to P3 now. 103.27. That is so close in the top 3.
And
Wow.
Rafa's slowing, he's not improving. Amir's in the gravel in turn 5, 4, I don't know what turn it is. The K2, is he on 1? Nope, he's not.
Yep,
I
so
think the only
Blizzard's
one
on
that's on a
pole.
lap is Ollie.
Yep, so Blizzard currently on pole, unless no, Ollie's backed out of it. So I think it's Wayne actually is the only one on the lap right now. On Super
Wayne, I
Softs.
think, just made it then.
Yeah, he just about made it across the line, and I think his teammate might give him a little helping hand here. Well, no, never
He
mind.
did.
Not quite.
Oh, looked like it, but it didn't.
Yeah.
I thought it was good. I think Wayne was going to help Rafa, but then he realised Rafa retired. That's probably why.
So Blizzard's done what he needs to do. He's put it on pole on a 103.193. Jagetex has split between himself and Rafa. So if Blizzard were to finish where he is right now, he'd be champion. But so unless Rafa can do something, Wayne's invalidated.
Wayne's out.
So,
Yeah, that's it. Blizzard is
it.
your pole man.
Not by much though. There's about about 800ths of a second between the top 3. So not bad at all there. Blizzard by 100th over Jagetex, and Jagetex was 700ths clear of Rafa, which means leaves at an 800ths of a second gap at the top. But very close across everybody. Everybody in the top 10 on 103s. So that shows you how competitive it is. I wonder where Lewis would have been if he hadn't rammed the back of Betty, I think it was.
It was Betty, because I saw a Sauber.
Well, let's have your confirmation of results then. Blizzard on pole by 100th of a second over Jagetex. Rafa is P3, Lee is P4, Amir P5, Lakitu P6, Ollie P7, Betty P8, Samster P9, and Leon in P10. Onyx, Wayne, Josh, who also retired, Odems, Lewis, and Samu are going to be your grid for today. And I've just noticed Betty's got a 5 position penalty.
Great penalty. I didn't see that pop up on my screen.
Yeah, plus 5 positions.
That might be before the stream.
No, I think actually no, and that's my own fault. I didn't point it out. He got a penalty because Lewis rammed him.
Ah.
I note what I said there. He got a penalty because Lewis rammed him. Right. Anyways, looking pretty murky out there, I must say. Not looking totally clear. I know
No.
it rained in Pinnacle Tier towards the end.
Yeah. Could we see a similar situation here? I do see a lot of blue in the sky though, more than, but it was similar to what Pinnacle was like. So anything can happen in F1 2018. It's penultimate round. They will be racing again next Friday on release day on the final 2018 game anyway. So
yeah,
most of these guys, they got to give it their all. And Rafa's really got to have a race of his life today if he wants to keep this championship fight alive.
Yeah, he's got to beat Blizzard at Blizzard's best track. So this is going to be a tall order. Of course, the last round is going to be Silverstone next week. So Championship Battle could go to there, but Rafa's got to beat Blizzard today. So let's get ready for the formation lap then. Let's have a look if anybody else outside the top 10 is going for any strategies. Yeah, you can see Betty has been dropped to P13. So that has put Onyx into P10, just behind his teammate, and he is on a set of super softs as well. So that could
he had free choice of tyres as well.
He had free choice,
Onyx did.
So,
whereas Betty didn't, I don't think.
Yeah, Betty did not, because he started inside the top 10. So, everybody wishing Rafa the best of luck, because look at the man he's got to go up against. He's got to go up against VSR Blizzard, the best of the best, pretty much, on PS4, and Blizzard fighting for the title in Prestige Tier. He was fighting for it last year, but not to the same extent, because Julian just kept being consistent. And the thing that I think screwed Blizzard over last season was his penalties and that sort of thing. But he's been consistent as hell this year. So let's see if he can keep that up. And all he needs to do today is win, and he will be the champion. But he's also got to keep himself out of incidents, which is another thing altogether. But he's got to get the step. Yeah. Jegtex is a fast starter, so he's got to watch out for him. Rafa as well, he knows what he needs to do, and he's going to be focused. So he's got a lead behind him. Amir, then Lakitu, Ollie, Samster, Leon, and Onyx. And then Wayne just outside the top 10. Josh in P12. You've got to watch out for all these guys down here, by the way. Josh, Odems, Lewis. These guys are going to be charging through the field. So these guys could really are in the works for the top guys later on, because they're all on super soft tires. But we will wait and see what happens. Blizzard lines up in pole position, facing towards turn 1, and he's already got to be thinking about closing the door on Jegtex. Here we go then. Round 7 of the One Hub Racing Prestige Tier is about to get underway. Is Blizzard going to win the title today? We're about to find out. 5 red lights. Lights out, and away we go. Good start Blizzard, good start Jegtex, good start Rafa, all even off the first 2 rows then. Jegtex holds on to P2 as they come through turn 1, looking like they're all clean through. Keeping an eye on things behind. A couple of drivers running out wide. Betty's out wide, and there's a car dead. Josh and Wayne are dead. Odems is dead. They've all died in turn 1. And just keeping an eye. Lee tried to dive bomb on Rafa. There's a pile up in turn 2. Oh no. Oh no, Onyx, he's through to P5. It's a masterclass from the Dutchman. Lewis is P6. What on earth has happened in turn 2? Samu got turned around, I think, and he's ended up parallel to the entire field. Half the field's got broken wings, and Onyx has come through to P5 out of absolutely nowhere. Lewis from the back of the grid to P6. These guys are going to play.
Right, what just happened? I mean, I was just hoping they would make it clean into turn 1, and then suddenly I just saw a Renault go into the wall, and then I saw more people collided. This is just turned the race on its head, and Lewis up into 6th now.
Yeah. Let's just check your biggest movers. It's going to be clearly obvious who it is. Lewis up 9 positions on 1 lap to P6. Onyx up 5. Samu from the very back is in P9 now, sorry, and Leon's up to P8 as well. Samster's up a couple of positions as well. But wow, so the super soft guys are 5th and 6th. They're gonna really play a part now. But we've got to keep an eye on the lead battle, because Jegtex is looking threatening for this race. He's all over the back of Blizzard, and of course this is going to be crucial, a really crucial move. If he makes it, Blizzard's got to control this race. He's got to stay out in front. So we'll keep an eye on proceedings. But wow, crazy start. And Lewis and Onyx kept their noses clean and kept themselves out of trouble. They're now 5th and 6th, and Lewis looking kind of threatening to get past Onyx now. And he is definitely going to be a threat later on, because Lee has fallen away to 2.4 behind. Not sure what happened to him, but he has dropped back.
Yep, so that's allowed Onyx and Lewis, the stars so far this race, to avoid that carnage already, as Lewis almost made a bit of a mistake there going into starting the uphill, going to turn 2 now as Onyx is still catching to Lee as well. This could be 3 wide as Lewis stays battle there. Onyx tries to go around the outside of Lee, and he's done it, I think. Yes, he has.
Abreast.
And Lewis is going to get past Lee as well, potentially.
Yeah, he's about to get Onyx too.
India.
Goes down the inside and takes P4. So Lewis is on the charge, and let's see if he can catch up to the guys up front. 3.5 seconds is the gap, and so Lewis now P4. Onyx is up to P5. Samster trying to make his way back through as well, but these guys down the back have really had a poor run of luck, and unfortunately, that's where they have ended up. But Jagetex kind of falling away. Blizzard is going so defensive down the main straight, breaking the DRS immediately out of the last corner. Because the DRS is extremely effective around Austria, so he knows he needs to defend as much as he possibly can. Jagetex is been patient. He's saving his ERS. And what I need to keep as well is Onyx versus Lewis, which is still raging on. Onyx trying to come up the inside of turn 3. He's going to do him on the brakes. I think locks up, goes straight on. Lewis will get the cutback. Onyx is going to be run out wide, and of course he's going to lose that position. Now, he may lose position to Lee as well, who'll have DRS. So here comes Lee now to try and see if he can take back P5 away from Onyx. Does he go for the move? He doesn't. Stays back, so Onyx not quite able to make that move on the brakes at that time. But Samster's now got himself involved in this train, which is going to be an interesting watch. But the top 3...
look at this!
Yeah, Samster.
Lee's trying to defend on Samster. He gets it done. Very nicely done from Samster up into P6, and he could challenge Onyx for P5 if he starts to push.
It's raining.
He's on those ultras, but it will start to die soon, so...
It's raining.
Oh.
It's raining.
Okay.
It is most certainly raining, and Jagetex is coming for Blizzard. Here we go. Is he going to be able to make the move this time? If it's raining, he knows he needs to make the move now. So here comes Jagetex for the lead of this race. Does he go for the move? Yes, he does. He thinks about it. Not quite going to be able to get it on the brakes. He's going to wait for the next straight. Try and get the exit. Blizzard just about... Does he get the exit? Yes, he does. Can he have a pop into turn 4? Let's have a look. Blizzard defends to the inside. Jagetex looking for the outside line. Goes late on the brakes. Blizzard defends the middle of the road. Now Jagetex with the cutback. Blizzard defended that beautifully, so he stays in P1. But it is very much raining here in Austria, and this is going to shake things up.
It rained in the last race, but it rained towards the end, whereas this time it's rained pretty much halfway, so...
It reminds me of Belgium.
Yes. Oh, and Odems is out.
Dead. Odems is dead.
Odems, what have you done? What have you done? I didn't see what happened to Odems, unfortunately, because I was on board with the battle with the lead, which is still going, and the people in the ultras are going to have the most benefit because
Leon's out.
Leon's out.
What's happened to Leon?
There?
Oh dear.
Oh dear God. That was
back to the lead. Back to the lead. Is Jagetex going to go for it? This time he is. He's on the inside line for turn 3. He makes the move this time. Blizzard will try and get the cutback, but Jagetex manages to get it on the brakes. And that right there, if it stays as the way it is the championship going to go to Brazil. But Blizzard's going to come back at Jagetex. He's going to go on the brakes. No, he's not going to try anything stupid, but he's got Rafa for company now, his championship rival. Now, Lee has gone on to super soft tyres, but yeah, this of course,
okay.
if it rains enough, this is going to benefit the super soft runners the most. As I saw Blizzard go wide there, almost gave the opportunity to Rafa to come through, and Rafa can smell blood, I think.
Yeah, he's looking for Blizzard to make a mistake or force Blizzard to make a mistake as well. Blizzard was hoping for it to be sunny because he usually does well when it's dry, but the conditions are a lot harder to deal with, so he's got up his game because Rafa is catching, and yeah.
Of course, Blizzard will also now have the benefit of DRS on Jagetex, so Rafa is gonna struggle to get past now. So we'll wait and see. But Rafa does seem like he has a little bit of pace. But it's so close. These top 3 have been inseparable for the first 7 laps, and this is really shaping up to be a classic because Lewis is sitting about 3.7 seconds behind after starting from the back of the group. He's lurking. Need to pick up any pieces. Betty is the first to pick up a penalty. Haven't seen any penalties for the top 3 yet. Hope I don't jinx that. But that could be the deciding factor because they're so close together. It could drop them a good few positions, because if Lewis gets in within that 3-second barrier, then he's going to benefit hugely from this. As these top 3 continue to battle, who's going to be the first to make a pit stop? Because these ultra stops will not last much longer.
No. And it is the rain is starting to come down as well, because I think they're just waiting for the best time to go on the inters. No one has made the jump yet, even in the bottom half, to go on this inters yet. And I don't think it's raining enough for it to go on to intermediates. So it's going to be tight, and Rafa's dropping away from Blizzard and Jake Tex at the moment, but he's gained a lot of speed just there, heading towards turn 3.
So Betty was around in sector 3.
Sliding everywhere.
Yeah. I think these guys are just going to stick behind each other for this next little while, because Rafa is kind of saving his ERS. He's not using up a lot of it. Blizzard is also just kind of toying with Jagetex at the moment. He's saved up a lot of ERS to use. He's almost got full ERS. Betty's now out.
Betty's out.
It's a lot of retirements in the first quarter of this race.
And it had to be rain that probably might have caused that.
Yep.
But is anyone going to the pits? No.
No.
Jagetex and Blizzard staying out, so is
yeah,
Rafa.
Blizzard's going to make this move now, for sure. Jagetex is holding him up. You can tell he's got more pace in these changeable conditions. He's going to go for the move into turn 1. Nope. He's already backed out of that one. So he's going to line up the move into turn 3. He's all over him. Look, Jagetex is really struggling. Picks up a penalty as well. That's going to drop him away. Squeezes him to the grass. Blizzard's now going to make the move for the lead once again, and goes through to take the lead of the Austrian Grand Prix. Jagetex tries to come back at him though, up the inside. He comes straight back at him, but Blizzard leaves the space. So they get away with that just about. It's extremely wet out there now. You can see the spray coming off of the tyres now offline. And Jagetex is going for it again. He's not giving this up at all. This is really going to hinder Blizzard, because Rafa's coming. He squeezes him off. Jagetex and Blizzard are side by side as they run up towards turn 6, but Blizzard is somehow still ahead as they run through these corners. Jagetex is not giving this up without a fight. He's trying to come back around the outside, not going to be able to make it work. Rafa's now up the inside. There's contact made. Oh, that almost ended in tears.
What?
And look who's coming. Lewis is there.
On at the supers, which is not usually that good in the wet, but this could be key, because it won't start to die pretty soon.
Jagetex!
Jagetex! He's in the wall!
Oh,
Rafa has a bit of damage to his front wing.
And Lewis is about to overtake Rafa for second place. Down the main straight, takes it away from the Renault. Rafa's trying to hold on though, on the outside line. He's got to be careful. Oh, it's getting very wet now. And
it is getting wet. DOS disabled.
Onyx has made the perfect choice right there. He's come in right on time.
And Samster. And Samster too.
Onyx came in at the perfect time there for the intermediates. And he is the first driver on the intermediate sector 2. Blizzard's guide. Blizzard's been in the wall, and Rafa's overtaken him. Lewis is in the lead.
And the key, 5 seconds to go, Lakitu for speeding in the pit line, but the race has turned on its head. Blizzard was leading, and now he's in 3rd. Lewis is in the lead right now. This is insane, but potentially Onyx could be in the net lead.
Onyx is in the driving seat here, for the want of a better pun.
Yeah.
He's what? He's about 20 seconds behind the leaders, and these guys are struggling around to the pit lane right now. Onyx Masterclass inbound?
If it stays like this, Jack, this could go to Brazil. If it stays like this, as Blizzard and Rafa are going in the pits, so is Lewis.
Rafa almost beamed it in the pits as he said that. Samu's trying to get into the pit lane, but I think he missed.
Yep.
Oh, Lee's around.
He's struggling. You can see the dampness in the track already. If these guys
Lewis
are not pitting now, then
this is going to be tight on the exit. Onyx has brought himself into this. Look at Onyx. He's into P2. Lewis is coming through the first corner. Can Onyx take the lead of this race? Lewis is going to be in the lead, but Onyx is second.
What a masterclass from Onyx if I see one.
Sorry to say that, but Blizzard has jumped Rafa in the pits as well. So he's come out ahead, but Onyx masterclass strategy.
that's I haven't seen him race much in Prestige Tier this season, and to come back and to see him doing well in Austria is just insane. So, and he could potentially catch up to Sam.
Samu's dead.
Oh, Sam's binned it.
Yeah,
Sam binned it.
He's got to be careful not to come out.
He's on supers.
Yeah, he tried to come into the pit lane and couldn't turn the car and missed. So
he's been on those supers for 10 laps though, so it is starting to die as well. And in the wet, that is just very tricky to get across. And Onyx could be on the line to overtake Lewis soon if he tries and catches up. But Lewis is starting to form his tyres as well, so it's going to be absolutely intense.
Yeah, now, just to update you, as it stands, the championship will go to Brazil if it finishes like this. Rafa's just doing enough right now to keep himself up, but if he loses another position, then Blizzard will win the title. Samu's now dead. Anyway.
Yeah. A lot of deaths already in Austria.
Now,
we don't want any more deaths, please.
No. We did see in Belgium, we had the same conditions, then it dried up towards the end of the race. Now, I for one would love to see those conditions again.
Yeah, same. That will play well in everyone's hands. And Rafa can't lose any positions really, because if Rafa wins, there's a bet in one hub between him and Nick about getting a Silverstone tickets or something like that. So
I believe
that's why he's been practicing so hard. He is pushing.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that's the bet. If Nick can correct me if I'm wrong, but
he's in the chat at the moment, so
yeah. But we'll see how it goes. Currently, he's doing enough to keep it to Brazil. Well, why am I saying Brazil? It's Silverstone. It's the championship end. I'm just so used to hearing Brazil. I think Nick might be about to correct me.
Yeah, about that bet. Nick.
It appears Nick has run out of money. That's probably why.
Yes. Well, you promised him.
Yeah, well, anyway, Lewis is building the gap out front. Onyx is falling away. Blizzard is catching him. So
maybe Onyx did push a bit more than he thought, and Blizzard was trying to conserve, which is what he was trying to do. As another penalty then from Amir, who is down in 7th. So
yeah, well,
surely into P7.
I would say Lewis is pulling away because he's on a big push. He's trying to build as big a gap as he possibly can. I would reckon he's trying to build a 3-second gap. Onyx isn't really pushing. He's conserving his tires at the moment and conserving his ERS.
RJ.
It's gone from bad to worse, isn't it?
Yep. He was having a good race last week, but he's not having a good race this week. 6 seconds worth of penalties, but the gap between him and Amir is a bit too close for comfort at the moment. So he's all right at the moment, stay safe. But if Amir closes in, then it probably will be a different story. As Lewis is on fire, he's already pulling up a 1.8 second gap to Onyx in Onyx in the McLaren. Of course, Blizzard almost making a mistake there.
Yeah, I'm just changing it. Just to point out the position change. Lewis is up 14 positions from where he started, which is pretty much last, and he's now out in the lead, thanks to the first lap carnage. Got through the first lap carnage, and then managed to make a great managed to get on the inters at the right time. Onyx made a masterclass strategy call, and Blizzard and Rafa have just kind of stayed there. I think Lewis, held up Rafa in the pit lane, which is, I believe, why Rafa has come out behind Blizzard, because Rafa was ahead of Blizzard going into the pit lane. So
that happened last week as well. Rafa got held up in the pit lane, which costed him challenge for the win for Blizzard, really. So
yeah. And Blizzard starting to challenge Onyx now. And we know if he gets past and he stays there, that's the championship. So it's a crucial move. And he is coming. He's got 85% worth of his ERS to use. He's coming up towards turn 3. Onyx is defending. Switches to the inside. Classic Blizzard move up the inside there. Can he get it stopped before the braking zone? Onyx is fighting him hard on the outside. There's going to be contact made. Oh, Onyx is dead. Rafa's dead. Rafa's dead. His nose is gone. His nose is broke. And surely the championship's gone.
That.
I'm sure the championship is done. It has to be now.
Let me just go back to that point of the stream just to see what happened. Oh, I think Onyx made a mistake which leads Rafa nowhere to go by the looks of things. Lizard was trying to defend and Onyx had no space and Rafa was trying to come up at him and that happened. So Onyx and Rafa will have to go into the pits then.
The dream is over, I'm afraid, my friends. Rafa is out.
We were hoping.
Well, he's not out.
We were hoping it would go.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
By the way, that's put Samster to P3.
Wow.
So
and Jacotex could be back in this as well.
He kind of is, actually. He's back to P4.
Actually, penalties, I don't. Actually, no. It could be, as long as he, you know.
I have a feeling that incident might go to the stewards afterwards.
Oh, I'm almost certain that it's going to go to the stewards. If it doesn't, I'll be surprised. But Rafa and Onyx, they don't have to pit again. They're due to that incident. They're on their. Well, Rafa's on a second stop, and I think Onyx is too. So Rafa won't have to pit.
So in that sense, they're not totally out of it.
No.
Because the top guys have got to stop again. It's part of the rule. Now, Rafa needs to make the move past Amir immediately. And doesn't work out. So, I think there's red mist sending now. I think, and I wonder, is that a little bit of karma? Onyx is stuck in the pit lane.
Oh, no, really?
Yep.
Game.
But,
Luckily his teammate is out, because otherwise, if he had to pit again, that would have cost him dearly as well.
I also think my wish is coming true. But not for Rafa. Because it stopped raining.
Oh my, is this Belgium all over again?
It is, because Jacotex bolted on a set of soft tyres.
Jacotex has got that right.
Oh, Rafa, it's just gone from bad to worse from him, hasn't it? He's got to stop again for dries.
DRS enabled, that proves it then. This is Belgium all over again. Oh, this is great. This is great for viewing pleasure. Lewis needs to pit now. He's seen the DRS enable. This comes at a perfect time. Yep, is he gonna go in or?
Yeah, surely.
It's almost certain. Blizzard has to too.
Blizzard in. Samster's going to come in.
Pretty much everyone is going in. What tyres will they go in for, though? That is the question.
I would imagine probably super softs. Well, can they bring them 20 laps? No, soft tyres for Blizzard. Yeah, they're going off the soft tyres. Going to be going to the end.
Yeah. So. Samster is. Yeah. Samster's going for supers.
But... No, he's on softs.
Oh, he's on softs. Okay. Game screwing me over. As I think Ollie and Rafa still yet to pit as they go into the pits now. Yes, they are.
Yeah. So if that had happened a lap later, Rafa would have been on the dries and back in it. But I think the dream's over unless something happens up front.
Yeah. I think all it would take is for Blizzard to make a bottom mistake and to have Rafa still in the fight. But
yeah, so the way it stands, Blizzard is going to win the title with one race to go. Provisionally going to win the title, yes, unless the results get changed around or whatever. But now, just need Rafa's going to immediately make a move on Ollie. And he's done the exact same thing he did in the wet. He tries to get past him there, but Ollie with the cutback. I think Rafa's possibly a little bit angry at this point.
Yeah.
So you're going to see that in his driving style right now. Trying to come around the outside of Ollie. And is he going to make that work? Not quite.
No. So he in 7th for now. He needs to start. Oh, Blizzard getting a penalty and the K2 has spun.
The K2, yeah. So Blizzard has got a penalty. Well, He's about
Sam's
4.
got one as well.
Samster has got one too, and Lewis does not have one. So Lewis is in complete control at this point.
Please don't bottle it, Lewis. I pray you.
Yeah, now let me just check the permutations. So at this point, for the title to continue,
Rafa would need to finish to go into 4th place.
Yes. And if he were to stay where he is right now, he would need Blizzard to be in 4th, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah. Yeah, that is the case. So, yeah. So all it takes is for any one of the leaders to make a mistake, and Rafa could be back in it.
Yep. Oh, anything can happen, and it very much usually does.
Probably will. Yeah. If there's any incidents that happen, any changing incidents, it always happens towards the final lap.
Yep.
And looks like Onyx is out of the race now. He's still in the pits, and there's no way that his crew's gone. His crew's gone.
They've given up on him.
They've given up on life. The McLaren guys have left Austria. They're frustrated. They don't like life, and they've gone.
Yeah. I was just checking there. Yeah, so Rafa needs to be 4th, but currently the gap to 4th is about 18 seconds. So basically he needs JegTech to make a mistake, and he's coming up the inside of Ollie now. They're having a big old battle down here. This time Rafa doesn't make the same mistake he did before and gets through to P6. So right now he needs Blizzard to drop a position. And if JegTech keeps getting penalty, could play into his hands.
Yeah, it could be, because Rafa could gain... I'll just check how many penalties Amir got, because that could be game-changing, because Amir has got...
I think 2? Well, JegTech has got another
one. Yeah, Amir's got 1 penalty. Rafa has got none. But he's on a cut of a penalty, because he's got 3 warnings. And Amir's got another one, so that's 6.
So 6 seconds, and JegTech has got 12 seconds of penalties. So
Rafa could still be in this.
He's got to catch Amir and pass him, though.
Yeah.
Which right now, Amir seems to have the measure of him. He doesn't seem to be catching him. And
I think the championship will be decided. Oh! Lewis has got a penalty.
Right.
But
so
Liv has got a penalty as well. So it is even Stevens.
So now Blizzard now knows that he can push on and see if he can catch Lewis, because he knows if he wins, he's guaranteed the title. Whatever happens, if he finishes 2nd, anything can happen behind him, which could keep the title to Silverstone. But we'll wait and see. There's still about 13 laps to run, so we'll wait and see what can happen. But currently Samster on for a podium, which would be a great result for him.
He's had a bad luck this season, really, so it will be nice to see him up there for Ferrari. Ferrari haven't had the best results in this tier, to be fair.
Yeah, no, it hasn't really gone well for them. It's only been Samster's really been the only Ferrari I've seen.
Yeah.
So now Rafa catching Amir a little bit, and he knows he needs to catch him because he has a slim chance of keeping the title going to Silverstone if he passes him. But right now it's looking a bit unlikely unless Blizzard makes a mistake up front.
Yeah, Blizzard's now 4 seconds behind Lewis now. It is 4th position due to those penalties, and you can't conserve it. Old Sam's has got a penalty as well, so pretty much everyone's got a penalty, apart from Rafa.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. That's spot on. But he is on 2 warnings, as I said, so any small error...
3 warnings, he's got 1, he literally needs to be careful.
Fast lap
and he's
race.
got fastest lap, he's pushing.
Yeah, he's using all of his ERS, he's trying to catch Amir and pass him, because I think he knows he's got a slim chance at this if he manages to pull If Jaketex gets another 2 penalties, he's kind of in it. Now, keep an eye. Lee is off into Narnia at the last corner. Now,
he's gone into the wardrobe.
I think...
And his front wing is taken in.
Yeah. I think what Rafa really needs now is a safety car.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that can save him now. Or if Lewis and Blizzard battle too hard and take each other out.
Which could happen, because Blizzard is captured to Lewis.
Because these guys are fierce rivals, Lewis and Blizzard.
They are.
And
I've seen them race in other leagues.
Yeah.
And they battle quite hard.
But Blizzard is definitely on the push. He's brought the gap to 3.6 seconds. And Rafa's brought the gap between himself and Amir down to 0.4 of a second, but he's got absolutely 0 ERS. So he's really been on the push. Lakita's got another penalty. Amir's run wide and got himself another one. So Rafa is surely going to make a move here shortly. He's got to.
Because otherwise he could lose even more time.
Yeah. So Amir is nearly 20 seconds behind Jaketex. And now the gap between Blizzard and Lewis continues to decrease. So right now, if Lewis picks up another penalty, Blizzard's danger Lee is now
out. Didn't see what happens because
he's retired in the pits. He retired in the pits.
He's he binned it in the pit lane. He lost his front wing, and he's just gone. No, he binned it earlier.
Yeah.
And then he gave up, and he couldn't. Yeah, that was it. So we're now down to 9 drivers now. So any driver that finishes now, they're getting the points.
Technically, we're down to 8.
We have deja vu for the last 2 races, I've got to say.
Technically, we're down to 8 drivers because Onyx isn't technically driving.
No, we're down.
Yeah, there's 8 drivers.
Yeah, 8 drivers.
Trying to make the move. He's trying to get the cutback. Amir defends as he's entitled to do because this is a battle for position. So Amir now going to defend the inside. I reckon Rafa's going to have to go around the outside of this next corner. Lay on the brakes for the German. Try and get the cutback. Textbook stuff. Can he get it past? He can indeed. And Amir not able. He's trying to come dive bomb off the inside. Rafa sees him coming, leaves him the space. Rafa now needs to get a move on, but Amir's keeping him honest and sticking with him for now. He needs Jaketex to get more penalties.
Yeah. And Amir, I think there's no point Amir challenging Rafa now because he knows Rafa's going to be ahead anyway due to Rafa having no penalties. So you just got to concentrate on keeping it steady for the last 10 laps and keep it clean.
Yeah, there's only 10 laps to go, of course.
I will check Jaketex though, because he's on. I think he's on 1 warning so far, so he is much cleaner than I have seen most of this race anyway. So as long as he does the same for the last 10 laps, then it could be all over for Rafa. But you never know.
So if we at the end of this race, if we see Rafa's name move into 4th place and the championship battle continues, if he doesn't, then Blizzard is the champion. So we'll wait and see. And he's closing that gap to Lewis again. So this is shaping up to be a last 3 lap battle. It's going to be interesting between the two of them.
I'm excited. It is starting to brighten up as well, so it's going to get really hard on those tyres as well.
Yep. So of course they've all made 2 stops, so there's no need for extra strategy here, thanks to the conditions. So Blizzard continues to bring that gap down 2.4 seconds now. And Lakitu with another penalty. And Amir's still sticking to the back of Rafa, and he's not really closing on Jaketex. Jaketex is actually closing on Samster.
Wow.
Now, of course, he's got so many penalties. Then Samster's going to remain
Samster can still get a podium. This will be incredible. This will be his best finish of the season, I believe.
It will be, yeah. He hasn't yet got a podium. But Jagetex is closing rapidly on him. He's pushing hard. Gap up front, 2.1. And we're going to have a spicy battle here, I think.
We could actually, which will be intense. Sam's made a bit of a mistake going into turn 3, but he kept it together. He's not going to white. I think Jagetex is pushing as well, so we're pretty much going towards the end of this Grand Prix, and not much changes, but Amir is still holding close to Rafa. Ollie getting the 3-second time penalty there again, so that's not going to affect him anyway, because they're pretty much last of the finishers at the moment.
Yeah, gap up front, 1.8. And it's not like Blizzard's using more ERS. He's actually got more ERS than Lewis. So, interesting stuff between the two of them. As Jagetex now...
They have same tyre life as well.
Yeah, Jagetex now within a second of Samster. Not quite going to have DRS this time, I don't think. Oh, he does. I think he had a DRS failure though, because his DRS isn't opening. Yep. So, I think Blizzard has dropped back once again to conserve some ERS, save it up and go on another attack, as the gap is 2.4 now. And it's all over.
Oh no, Rafa!
And it's done. It all hinged on that, whether Rafa got himself a penalty, and really that's done it.
That's cost him dearly. I didn't see. I think it must have been turn 3, maybe.
Possibly, not too certain. But Blizzard now on another push.
Yeah, but he is pushing less, knowing that. Actually, no, he won't know about Rafa's penalty because he only gets information about the grid's 5th.
That's unless Odems is telling him, because they're usually in a party together.
Oh yes, good point.
So
Odems could come into play here.
But Blizzard still wants to win.
He does.
He's competitive, of course he wants to win. And he wants to beat Lewis, who is one of the quickest guys on this game. Jagetex now trying to make the move on Samster. Samster, I think, shouldn't fight this too much because he's actually got it in the bag. Don't know if he knows that or not, but he's defending for his life. As Jagetex tries to come around the outside now, around the outside of turn 4. Gonna make this work. Samster gives him the squeeze to the grass, and Samster holds on for now. Oh, you can see how much he wants this.
That'll be his first podium in one hub this season, because obviously he's had bad luck. He's had pretty much more DNFs than I can count. So, and he loves this track, so that would really put momentum going into the last race in Silverstone.
Yeah, but we've only got 5 laps left to go. The gap between the top 2 is kind of going back and forth, but Blizzard is being tactical. He's not using his ERS. He's saving this up for a massive attack. You can see he's almost got 100% ERS. He's ready to unleash it. Anyway, Jagetex on Samster. There's contact made up towards turn 3. Samster's going to hold that one. I think he's defending very nicely. Jagetex with the cutback now. Can he get the traction? He's got the DRS. He's already alongside. Samster's got to give him the room. Squeezes him to the inside. Jagetex now going to come to the inside line for turn 4. And he should be able to get that on the brakes, and he does. And Samster, not sure if he knows it or not, but Jagetex has about 4 penalties. And he's having a little think about going around the outside. Not going to be able to do it there. Now with the cutback, though, is there going to be contact? There is contact. Just a little nip. Not too much.
No, not much for lift from either of them, I think. It's going to go down to the wire, I think, and Samster's going to go again.
Yeah, he's thinking about coming again, and I can tell you what else is going to go to the wire, the battle for the lead. Because the battle...
Oh, 1.4!
1.4.
Blizzard is 4/10 from DRS.
He is indeed. Now, Samster is way closer than 4/10 from DRS. Jagetex has another penalty, which brings it to 15 seconds of penalties. So Samster's got this easily, but he's going to have a goal and get it on track anyway for the honour's sake. Around the outside of turn 3. With the cutback, he's on the outside line. Jagetex going to defend that one, and Jagetex also has DRS. Not much Samster can do about that.
Nope.
However,
he knows that.
However,
he knows that JTEX has got nothing to play for due to the penalty, so he knows he'll have P3 in the bag anyway. So that's why he's not pushing that hard. But he wants to get on track, surely.
I know this is a bit of a push, but if Samster and JTEX continue to battle and that gap comes down to 12 seconds between himself and Rafa, then Rafa's still in this. We're just making up scenarios now, but that's not going to happen. But I mean, because Samster's dropping back already.
It could happen. Don't count the chickens before they hatch. Oh, Blizzard, no. Oh, well, that's not going to affect him anyway. JTEX's got so many penalties, but his chance of the win is pretty much over.
I saw a couple of penalties come in there. I saw Samster getting one, and I saw somebody else getting one. I'm not sure who it was. Probably JTEX again.
Who was it?
I'm not sure. Didn't see.
I will check the stream.
It went by so fast I couldn't actually see.
Yeah, it did. It did. Was it? I saw people going through turn 3. I don't know. I can't even check on the stream either. I think it might be Lakitu. No, it was JTEX again.
So JTEX again. So that's 18 seconds. Rafa's not out of this.
Rafa could still be in this.
Rafa's not actually out of this yet.
No, he's not.
If these guys get one more penalty, then Rafa's back. Just one more.
The Rafa attack.
Because he'll have a gap of a benefit of 3 seconds. The gap up front, by the way, 1.2. Blizzard still wants this win. Even on track.
Yeah. So Lewis doesn't have any of the penalties either, he just has the one penalty. I believe. I think. Yeah. So...
is Lewis on any warnings?
He's on 2... Oh! He's on the last warning.
Right, so this battle might still turn out to be interesting. Samster and JTEX are still fighting, by the way. And the gap between the top two is just hovering. At 1.2, 1.3, Lakitu now with a 5-second stop cover speeding in the pin line. He's going to go for fastest lap at this point if he's coming in this late.
Yeah.
We're waiting and seeing if JTEX picks up one more penalty, then the championship's actually going to go to Silverstone.
Oh, this is going to be buzzing if that happens.
Gap up front, 1.1. Now just hovering at a second, not quite DRS. 2 laps left to run, all if penalties weren't involved here.
Yeah, it is going to be decided on penalties, for sure.
Yep. And so Blizzard still wants to take this on track. But Lewis, I mean, you cannot take this performance off me. He's come from the back of the grid to leading this race for the most part. So
driver of the day, right there.
Oh, for sure. Samster and JTEX still battling. Now, Samster already has this podium. I think he just wants it on track. Lakitu, another penalty.
Yeah, that puts him to so many penalties, which I can't count right now, even if I look at it. So there's no point me looking. It's a phenomenal lap.
Yeah, about to start the last lap, and now we're going to be seeing if a champion's going to be crowned in Prestige Tier for Season 13, because it all hinges on the penalties in 3rd and 4th, really.
Yeah.
Lewis begins the final lap here in Austria. Blizzard follows. He's on course to take the title in Prestige Tier, but we will wait and see. JTEX and Samster still fighting it out in 3rd and 4th. It's all going to hinge on this.
This is getting gut-wrenching for, in particular, the top 5. Rafa needs to get the foot down if he wants to keep his hopes alive, which is looking likely.
Yeah,
it's looking likely he'll go to Silverstone now if the way state says it is.
Yeah, well, at the moment, Blizzard's going to be our champion as we come through the last sequence of corners. 18 points is the gap as we came into this round. It's going to be over 25 as we leave. But anyway, I think Lewis is unfortunately going to have his thunder stolen a little bit, because you cannot take away the fact that he's drove an absolutely sublime race today. Lewis comes to the last corner. He's going to win in Prestige Tier. Blizzard, we're going to wait and see. He's potentially the champion of Prestige Tier Season 13. We're going to wait and see. Is there any penalties going to be picked up here? Lakitu's got one. JTEX comes to the last corner. I don't think so. We're going to wait and see.
Oh, a bit of a mistake from Rafa. But I'll watch Rafa as he...
Samster gets the podium. And I think...
Samster. Oh, it could be close as Rafa's got the final few corners. All hopes rest on Rafa's shoulders here.
I think it's all over.
He's got to... It could be... Oh!
Oh, Rafa!
It's DNF! So, we have a new champion. Blizzard is your Season 13 Prestige champion. But I'm sure Rafa will get that DNF removed. That'll probably still be a P5 anyway.
Yeah, I don't think so. He crashed before the line.
Did he?
I can't believe he did that. He didn't finish. That's why I was like that. He didn't finish.
Wow. So
he's classified as a DNF. Rafa's done. Blizzard is the champion of Prestige Tier Season 13. Well done to him. Thoroughly deserved this season.
Yep.
And Lewis, absolutely sublime drive. Well done to him. And Samster, fantastic job. Well done on the podium.
Yep. His first podium in one hub, and Lewis's first win in one hub as well. In his rookie season? Is it his rookie season?
It is not. He was here last season too.
Oh, so... right. So if I have to give drive of the day, I would have to, first of all, I would have to give it to Lewis for that superb win. From last to first. That is just amazing.
Yeah, 15th to first. And you can see there, I wasn't joking, Rafa DNF.
Wow, yeah.
So technically we've only had 6 finishers in this race. Lewis P1, Blizzard is the champion, and Samster, I mean, gotta love the guy for getting third. Jagetex somehow still managed 4th with the 18 seconds of penalties. Ollie came through to P5. Amir is last of the classified finishers. Rafa, the dream is done. He is DNF'd. Lakitu DNF. Lee DNF. And Onyx, I wonder, was he the catalyst for all that disaster?
I wonder. Who is your driver of the day?
Oh. I'm gonna... did you give it to Lewis?
Yes, I gave it to Lewis, yeah.
Alright, mine's gonna go to... Oh, it's between Blizzard and Samster. I'm not sure who to give it to. Because Blizzard still drove brilliantly. But for the simple fact that Samster managed to grab a podium in the Ferrari, I'm going to give it to Samster. So Samster's my driver of the day.
I think I couldn't agree more with that. 2 very well-deserving driver of the days. Samster with his first podium, Lewis with his first win. And Blizzard crown champion. So it's a double champion for him. Then he got the constructors with Red Bull, and he got the drivers in Prestige. So he couldn't ask for anything better for him.
Yep.
But Rafa did keep him fighting. So Rafa will be hungrier next season to challenge with Blizzard potentially for a title again.
Unfortunately, the trip to Silverstone's not happening. That bet is done. But I did forget to mention at the start of the stream. Just want to thank you all for we've just broken 300 subscribers. I've just noticed that on the channel, so we've broken that. So well done to you all. Thanks a lot. And champion
don't forget
is
to check our sponsors as well.
Yeah.
Next Level Racing. We forgot to mention that. We're super sorry.
Yeah, we very much did forget to do that. But
yeah.
Thank you all so much for watching. Champion is crowned in Prestige Tier, and we will see you next time, next week, for the very last round on F1 2018. It's the British Grand Prix live from Silverstone. We hope to see you then. We'll see you next week. Thank you, and good night.